able to go on the tour. There's a lot I really need to do. I need to accomplish.
What you really need to do?
You figure 30 cities, that's gonna take me away for like, what, 2.5 months, pretty much?
So, what are you going to be doing that you can't do out on the road?
Well, I got the team together. I got my own office now. And we're just kind of getting ramped up on this movie, and I don't want to slow down.
See, I knew you and this dang on getting your own office BS was going to try to separate us and put space in between us. I know you was going to do this.
It's not putting space in between us.
Any other time, you would be like, oh, okay, well, I can do it by phone. I can talk to the team by phone. I can do my Zooms. I can do this. And now all of a sudden, because you got a new office space, you can't go with me.
It has nothing to do with the office space. It's more so, I couldn't do the other movie because you're not available, the one that you're in. So I had to create something that you weren't in so I can continue to do stuff. I'm like, I don't want to just be sitting around and I got everybody at the office all amped up to work, and then I don't want to kind of, oh, I got to go with my wife on tour, so we going to shut down.
See, that's be the problem. When you got a couple that's been together, always be together, 10 years straight, we do everything together, we work together. Now you want to get separate office spaces. Now you got new people coming around.
But the thing is this.
Mark my words. No.
Say your words. I'm going to mark them.
Guys, you trying to be separate and all that. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
If I go with you on tour, you doing what you want to do. You're on stage. I'm not on stage with you. It's not us doing it together. It's me kind of just going to support you, to be that comfort for you. But I got to get some stuff accomplished too. You think I don't want to go with you? I like laying up. I like being in the back of the tour bus with my R&B chick.
Okay, Todd. You say so.
So you get me? We cool?
Whatever. Don't sound like I got you.
You never been cool. You ain't never been cool with what's going on. So this is the reason why when it comes to these Keishas, when they date guys that make less than them, and I mean a lot less than them, and it's not a lot of Keishas like her running around. You know, it's not, I'm talking about as far as her financial status. It's not, you know, only 7% of all women make over 100 grand. Only 7%. That's all women. So it's not really a lot. But the ones that do make more than they men, whether they make 80 grand and the guy that she's with make 40, whether she makes 70 and the guy she's with make 30, whether she makes 100 grand and the guy she's with makes 50 grand, they're always going to try to lord their status over the guy that they with. Meaning, since I make more than you, you have to do what I tell you to do. You have to be supportive of the things that I have going on. So Todd has been supportive of her for 10 years. 10 years doing what she wanted to do, you know, traveling with her, you know, and as a man, I don't care what anybody say, as a man, that's going to bother you if you're watching your woman make moves and you're not making any. You're not making none. I don't care. I don't care if you were a woman and she's paying for everything. At some point, you're going to feel emasculated. Like, wow, you know, she supports you know, even if you bring in money to the table, right? She brings in a lot more. You're going to want to do more. You're going to want to, you know, expand your options when it comes to how much money you can make. You want to go out there and see if you can make your own moves. And if she don't support him, then that's foul. That's foul. Because he's been supportive for 10 years. Not only has he been supportive, he's been dealing with the disrespect from her side of the family, especially her mother. Her mother is very nasty. Early in their relationship, right? I don't know how early, but this was years ago, right? And look at this. Look at this right here.
You made him feel uncomfortable in his own house. That's your house.
You dogged him out. You treat him mean. You made him feel uncomfortable in his own house.
That's your house.
It's our house.
But don't let nobody take advantage of you like that. Stop.
I think the issue is that you only see a man as a pay or bill person.
I see a man as a provider.
Well, guess what? He is providing. When I get together on my prenup,
Honey, let me tell you, prenups can be sliced, diced, so what? Haven't you heard in the manner to which I have become accustomed to?
Now, he's still there. He's still there. He could have been divorced her. He could have been, divorced her and got a piece of whatever it is that she has, whether 15% of what she has, 20% of what he could have been divorced her and went on his way. He's still there. The mother was only upset because with her having a husband, now she feels she might not have as much access to her daughter's money because the husband is there. And guess what? She was living with her mother, and Todd was like, hey, she had to move. And this is what I'm seeing from clips, because I don't really watch this stuff. I'm talking about what I've been seeing from clips from what's been going on. And the reason why I'm showing this is because they're getting there's rumors of him getting a divorce, and they basically saying that he was cheating and he was dealing with another woman. Guess what? If he was, so what? So what? I don't care at this point. So you're uncomfortable in your own home. Your wife doesn't do much about it. The mother's constantly disrespecting you. The woman you're married to is controlling. You're trying to do something for yourself and she's not supportive. I don't care about him cheating. If he did, I'm not saying he did, but if he did, I don't care. It's warranted. I don't care. It's warranted. He went somewhere else and find comfort in another woman's arms, in another woman's bed. If that's what he did, salute to him. Because how much disrespect does he have to deal with before he starts to step out? That, these Keishas are quick to point out the cheating, but don't point out the neglect or the disrespect that's been going on since he's been with her. They'll quick to point it, but don't point out any of this other stuff. And when it's on the other foot, if Akeisha is in a relationship and she cheats, and that's because the man is not supportive and controlling, that's what they're going to point out. Oh, he wasn't supportive, and she found solace, with another man's Johnson. Then I feel the same way. This is when a relationship is over. I'm seeing comments of people saying, Todd is tired of her putting their sexual business in the street, stuff they do behind closed doors. But if you're doing this and, the relationship is over, and the only reason why she's doing it is to try to keep his interest because she know the relationship is done. She know the relationship is it's a rizzy. He checked out. Now listen to this. Listen to this.
30 said threesomes never work. That's not true. I done had a threesome and it Curves 230 said threesomes never work. That's not true. I done had a threesome and it worked just fine. It worked great, actually.
What's so funny?
Anyway, I
Look at
mean, I feel like
Kandi and this little
it's
pussy.
the
is just-
communication.
This little pussy.
Look what Duke said to her. He knows she's married. She ain't saying nothing to Duke either. The marriage is done. Todd is finished. He's finished with her. It's a wrap. Let me tell you something. Any guy that's willing to, take another woman on a tizzy tour in front of the woman that he's, married to, oh, that relationship is done. He don't even care what she thinks. And you know why it's done? Because no woman in a relationship with a dude, especially her husband, wants to see the joy and the happiness on his face as he's passionately taking another woman on a tizzy tour in front of her. No woman wants to see that. I don't care. They can front all they want. No woman wants to see that. So when it gets to that stage, oh yeah, the marriage is over. The marriage is over. She's trying to just keep it and keep it spicy so he's staying around. No, it's the opposite. He's out. You see, the disrespect, when it in the beginning of the relationship, it's just too much. See, the thing about men, we don't forget stuff. We do not forget any of this stuff. We don't forget it. We don't forget nothing. And what ends up happening is we keep a it's like your own mental journal on the things that happen while you're in a relationship. And when things just keep adding up, it's a breaking point where it takes a lot for a man to say enough is enough. But when it gets there, it's just too much. Because men will endure a lot. But when it comes to just straight up disrespect for years and being controlling, you're telling him what he can do. Your mother is always constantly calling him a bum, and he's not a bum. Matter of fact, since he got into her life, he's helped her with her business. He's helped her, immensely when it comes to what things that she has going on, supported her. And now he wants to do things and she can't support him. That probably was the real breaking point right there. Right there at that moment, I think that was the breaking point. Like, wow, I got to be with you. We've been together, 10 years, and we've been inseparable. We going everywhere, and it's all for the benefit of what you got going on, your projects. And one time I want to venture out and do my own thing, and you're telling me no?
Kandi and Todd being separated. I really hope it's not true because I really like them together as a couple, and it's good to see Kandi happy for a change. But people...
That's the problem, though. It's good to see her happy for a change, but what about his happiness? What about his happiness? What about him? I really don't care about this reality TV stuff. Y'all know I don't. I really don't care about it. But here's the thing. When black women end up with men who make less than them, their goal is to emasculate him because he doesn't make more than her. Plenty of times you hear them say, oh, well, if he don't make more than me, then, he has to clean the dishes. He has to do the laundry. He has to do the cooking. They say things like this. He has to be under her leadership. He has to do everything her way. She's the one wearing the pants if he makes less. He don't get to run the house. He don't get to do any of that. This is what they openly say. If they say they make more than, the males, the black males that they with. Because they don't treat them like men. But I remember when KS did a show and they had Becky's and Marrakesh calling in saying, and some of them were, professionals to the point where some of them were doctors, lawyers that make way more than their husbands. I remember one Marrakesh called in. She said she makes, in excess anywhere between 350 to 400,000, and her husband makes around 60,000. And guess what? She said, yeah, he's the leader of the house. He runs, he runs the household. Another Becky done called in. She's a lawyer. She said her husband makes a lot less than she does, and he's the leader of the house. They have no problem with that because money doesn't dictate when it comes to a man being in the house. A man being in the house matters, especially if you have kids. And you don't emasculate that man with your money. And the reason why you don't emasculate that man with your money is because if you feel that that guy is not a good fit for you because he makes less, then go out there and get the guy that you want at your income level. Oh, that's right. You can't do it. It took you a long time to get to that income level. And it's only a few of them that make that much like that. But the few that do, it took them years, which mean that by the time they're making that much money, they're in their 40s, 50s. So the guy that you want is in his 40s and 50s, and he makes around the same amount of money that you do. 150, 200 grand, 250, 350, whatever it is. Guess what? He's not checking for you. He's checking for women that are younger. Therefore, the men that you want at that income level, they're off limits to you. So your best bet is to get a guy who makes less. The problem that you have is that you don't respect that guy. You don't respect that guy. And that's what happened here. She didn't respect Todd. She didn't respect Todd. She was fake defending him and then disrespecting him at the same time. Disrespecting him at the same time. The mother was just causing a huge rift between them. And he was saying the mother has to go. And she was defending the mother. And then ultimately, now you got a situation like this. Listen here, black men. Doesn't matter how much you make. You are valued as a productive black man, no matter if you make 40, no matter if you make 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever you make, right? You're not a dollar sign. And if you get with a woman that makes more than you and she treats you less than a man because of how much you make, you ditch her. You ditch her immediately. You ditch her immediately and let her get a taste of what the streets is really like. Because this is what happens to black men often if they date women that make more than them. They get this type of treatment. Nasty work.